To battle, cohort! And welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command, Orion Pirates Plus Mod. I am Captain Tirak of the heavy cruiser Bloodspiller, as we continue our campaign against the Star League. Yes, the very Merak Star League that we once fought as, we are now fighting against, for reasons. And we are currently sitting here at our base of operations, here at the planet and station of 6-3, as we continue to press in towards Merak territory. So let's just quickly jump through the supplies, double check to make sure that we're decent on everything, and put out into space to continue the campaign. So off into neutral space, we're going to see if we can't secure a little bit of work. I'm not going to do a convoy raid, mainly because the expanding sphere generator only works when you stand right on top of somebody. So we'd have to physically move our ship right on top of people. Not quite as much fun. Hit the red alert, increase some speed. We need to prep a wild weasel just in case, but I'm only seeing a single destroyer. It's a DD, so technically a little bit larger than the frigate that it's currently trying to tell us, but I suppose it's saying just the frigate hull size. So we will set a course, and also make sure that we do not forget this time to prep our scanners. Which button? There we go, the deep scan. Each science panel is probably the most difficult panel to read in this game. Purely because, well, yeah, just look at that. The Federation one is easy to read. I mean, the self-destruct button is big and bright and red and says self-destruct, and this says self-destruct, but it's this weird, like, triangle thingy. I don't even know what that says. And, probe, well, yeah. So, we're not going to look at that. But it is pretty cool, though, when I stop to think about it. The fact that every single one of these races has some kind of, like, little scribe inscription here that says, like, launch or deep scan or whatever. It's pretty cool. The amount of detail that was actually put into this game is pretty impressive when you stop to think about it. And I do have a moment to stop to think about it, since we're slowly trundling towards this frigate. We'll make sure that we set our disruptors to overload. And our shuttle is ready. We're not going to prep another one. Quite frankly, I don't think he possibly can put out enough firepower to make us have to use one. So forward shields are at full maximum light. We went the wrong direction. We want to go up in speed. And his long-range phaser fire, he's got at least 3 phaser 1s. So I would estimate 3 phaser 1s, 2 missiles and 3 disruptors. 'Tis my guess. We'll increase the speed of time just a little bit, just so we... Okay, so he's packing 4 missile launchers. Wow. 2 disruptors, 4 phasers, and 2 phaser 3s. This is actually pretty interesting. That's pretty decently heavily armed for, well, yeah, something his size. Oh crap, we gotta make sure that we set this to the 0. We are all set on the proper settings. The enemy will not be able to, doesn't matter if they try to get away or not. He is really ripping through the speed, though. It's gonna be kind of hard to catch him. So we may disengage should we feel the need to. And I've got my forward shield only at the reinforcement. Only a little bit, apparently. Part of the problem is we've got to catch him. Not great. Our phasers did manage to easily pick off the enemy. He simply does not have enough firepower to be able to stop us from, well, killing him. So we're going to let up on everything. Oh, it looks like he's actually coming in our direction. Phasers, take care of everything. And fire into him. And we are close enough, this is going to hurt him quite badly. Both of them slam right into him, rip open half his ship. Unfortunately, our forward shields are down. That did take a little bit longer than I originally intended, so yeah, we've currently got that problem. However, his speed dropped from 22 to 11.4, so he did not like the hit that he had gotten. Are you going to seriously expose that side to me? It looks that way, yeah. I don't really have a phaser to take advantage of it, but hey, you showed it. Let's see if we can't just sort of drift around. We're still at pretty much full power. I've got to set the shield to reinforce all. You didn't take out the rear shield in one shot, did you? No. No, it's still there, mostly. Defenses? Give me some tractors. We just need the one. I just wanted to make sure that I hit a tractor button. So keeping on top of that. And I think... the snap turn. We're going to snap turn in. And... we're going to do this. Kick on the expanding sphere generator. Turn away. And both of them hit. All weapons. Into the hull. And he's gone. And our shield managed to hold. So a little bit of damage. We did lose a phaser. That's not nearly as good as we were hoping, but the main reason is because this was a scouting operation. We had to not immediately blow him up. And so that meant that he had a couple of turns to just continue shooting at us. Well, we couldn't do much back to him. We're going to see if we can't widen this gap just a little bit more. We really want to secure this. This planet/station is a vital location. So I would like to get a little bit of a buffer around it. Red alert! Increase speed a little bit, pop the Wild Weasel, and yeah, we're going to take the time to repair our single phaser that got broken. Probably should have done that in the last match, probably would have gone out easier on us, but who cares. And yeah, we'll wait to buff up. It's the Marak Killer! It's back, and ooh, it looks like it's been fighting for quite some time. She's taken some pretty significant damage, lost 2 of her primary phaser systems, but still out here, still chugging along, still blasting away and killing Marak. Or at least supplying the ship to do the killing of the Marak. Also escorting today is the IKV Nemesis. The Klingons have come to support us, and they have brought one heck of a ship. This is an FD7, was it? Pretty significant firepower here. He's looking at 3 nose phasers. He's got 4 collars as normal, 2 phaser 2s on the shoulders, a pair of phaser 1s. I think this is a reverse mount also. It could be 360, as well as 2 missile launcher A's and 2 disruptors. Yeah, the Nemesis is a pretty nice ship. Squaring off against a single light cruiser. If it's just that light cruiser, which it does appear to be, we should be in great positions. Let's overload the disruptors and increase the speed of time, so that we can steadily get closer to the enemy. Trending along at reasonable speed. Also, make sure we don't forget, set the expanding sphere generator to the minimum level, and also set our shield reinforcement up to be on the forward shield. To full power, if you do not mind. So it looks like the Nemesis getting it on with this CM, medium cruiser. And ooh, it sounds like it took some hits. I suppose I shouldn't be too surprised. Nemesis is not exactly the most modern of heavy cruisers. She's definitely an older design. And because of that, she suffers from some pretty critical Klingon weaknesses. However, she did manage to pin the enemy down for a short while, which means we will be able to basically run him over. Now let's kick on both expanding sphere generators. All weapons select. Let's get ready to crunch him down. An increased speed, we're not going to let him get away. If he continues that turn, we're going to basically rip into his completely exposed stern. A little bit closer, a little bit closer. And all weapons fire right into him. 95 damage got through that shield. Set all systems back to normal. Actually, we're going to set this back to 1, because we like it at point-blank range. And yeah, he's pretty much done for. Most of his phaser systems are offline at this point. His 2 disruptors are offline. One of them is currently either shocked or being repaired. Yeah, he's about to have a really bad day. Then again, he did pick a fight with 2 heavy cruisers and a freighter. And he is, you know, a little tiny medium cruiser. Not quite certain what Marak High Command was thinking there, but he is no more. Easily destroyed by the combined forces of the Lyran and Klingon empires. At some point, we'll probably end up going to war. That's just facts and reality. You have 2 factions that think they are the greatest thing since sliced bread, and yeah, eventually they will turn on each other. Only 128 prestige. I would like significantly more than that, for obvious reasons, because if we get significantly more than that, we can afford that awesome dreadnought that we've been seeing. It's only about 4,000 something prestige, and we'd very much like to have it. Red alert, increase speed as usual. Make sure we forget the Wild Weasel. Just 1, that's all we should need. We are supported by the Jungle Cat, who appears to be a very, very small frigate. Okay. Good on you for showing up. And it looks like a single light cruiser is all we're having to face. It is another one of those CMs. So 3 disruptors, 2 missile racks, I believe, was what it was. So he's not the most dangerous threat ever. The Jungle Cat should have a field day ripping open all of these freighters. Wow. So he's firing a long-range blast. We probably should get around to buffing the forward shield so that we don't lose shielding that we need at some point later. Let's increase speed just a little bit. Disruptors, we will not overload. There won't be enough time to get them fully powered, as our closure rate is something in the order of 27, and he's only 15 away. So the disruptors wouldn't quite be ready in time. Let's prep the expanding sphere generator. We want to smash right into him and make him cry for mommy. And with only 4 missile... Oh, only 4 missile... No, he's got a decent number of missile launchers. Let's increase speed. All weapons select. We're going to chase him right on down. And if he does continue to run in this direction, we're going to make him pay. Yep, there we go. And then lay in with all weapons. Now, we are a little bit vulnerable at this point. And mine to his face. We are a little bit vulnerable right now. We have no way of defending against his missile launches. Although they will be slow missiles. So we shouldn't actually have to worry too much about that. I think I want to streak in front of him and dump a mine on him. I'm going to reinforce 360. That way we can not have to worry about things. Those missiles will steadily get closer as long as we maintain a speed of 16 because they are turning on their inside side. And all weapons should be able to get us a nice little blast in here. Lined up. And blasting through, causing a nice little amount of damage there. Continue the turn. We might be able to avoid the mine if we do this turn right. I think we will. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get half of our heavy weapons involved. Or rather, no, we got half of our heavy weapons involved. But the starboard side is not doing much. Fortunately, the enemy convoy is heading in our direction, so we will be able to take on them just as soon as we wipe out this medium cruiser. So we're turning and we're going to get on his stern pretty soon. With him flying directly away from us, this will give us disruptor shots right on into him. And he is not encouraged to make any sort of turn because of, well, the open shields. We are chasing him down. Let's kick on the expanding sphere generators. Disruptors are selected. And he has turned. Prepare to open him up like a can opener. Here we come. His forward shields are still in great condition. That's the kind of the funny part. Boom. Now we are going to have to take that, but it's minimal amount of damage. Yeah, all our shields are still in good shape. Let's target the enemy and start going through them bit by bit. Looks like the Jungle Cat has managed to destroy one of the freighters already. Excellent work. Our little tiny frigate is doing work while we took care of the big enemies, which is exactly what we want to see. Disruptors, not exactly the kind of weapon that you expect to be able to just wipe out enemy freighters. So, let's get the forward shield buffing. It's not buffing much, or at all, really. But, firing disruptors, phaser select. There we go. More targets over here. We're going to go after them because they're furthest forward. Our little police frigate is currently corralling the rear ones. He shouldn't have too much trouble with that. And let's increase the speed of time. Because, well, yeah, we're hunting these guys down. They're not getting away. Just, there ain't no way, ain't no how. Disruptors firing. Just steadily gonna lay into him. Blitz away his shields. And chip him away to death. And let's go... open the fire with the phasers. There we go. And to open fire with phasers again. Disruptors. That did it. And we'll turn around back towards this vessel. We do have our spaceborne battering ram ready to rock. So that should be able to wipe him out in one go. Let's kick only one on, see what happens. See if it manages to kill him. Slow down the speed of time. So we can just sort of admire and see how well this works. And also to react fast enough to kick on the stern one. All up and select for a phaser barrage, should this not work. Nope. 2 bubbles will do it. And we'll turn onto you a cargo 1. He's got to know that he's totally dead. Do we think we can kill him? We're going to get to this range of 5 before he launches the phasers. And also so he has a chance to get his shields back so he doesn't... Nope, he did it. Looks like the Jungle Cat took care of the whole thing. So excellent teamwork. We managed to terrify the escort and have him come out to meet us, and then had our little Jungle Cat sneak in from the rear. A perfectly executed strategy. 292 prestige. Excellent. Oh, wow, and neutralize the tile. We're popping off and then popping right back on because... Please, not a base assault. It's a surprise reversed. Ho-ho! We're going to capture an entire another starbase this episode. It'll be a great stepping stone. Red alert, increase speed. We're going to need all the power we can get on this one. Because if we don't get there fast enough, we're in trouble. We are escorted, of course, today by the Pouncer. Looks like this little destroyer? Yeah, I'm going to guess destroyer. This little destroyer's been out here for quite some time. Probably needs to go home. He doesn't have an expanding sphere generator or one of his disruptors. Kind of limping along, but still in the fight. As well as the IKV Chieftain, a Mauler-class vessel, which is sort of coming out here to help us out. And we are squaring off against frigate, light cruiser, heavy cruiser. Ooh, we haven't... Have we ever had a heavy cruiser on a surprised reversed? I can't think of any time that we have. It's probably going to take all of our force to knock him out. So we're traveling along at a speed of, well, 27 when we finally get up to speed. And we will set you to 0. We will set you to overload. Wow, that really digs into our energy for how fast we can go. We aren't going to need the shield reinforcement. But hopefully we can knock him out in one pass, because Wow, this is a surprisingly strong surprise traverse. The pirates must have a very solid foothold in this location. So hopefully this will be enough damage to wipe him out. And yeah. So 3 frigates, a light cruiser, and a heavy cruiser. That is impressive. Increase the speed of time. We're going as fast as we can. May as well. So disruptor fire, long range from the Pouncer. Not exactly hitting. You can't really blame the Pouncer. The Pouncer is currently quite heavily damaged. Expanding sphere generators up to maximum power. We'll try and time the hit. Boom! We managed to do it, and the Mauler struck. One of these days, we're going to get a Mauler. They just look cool. Of course, there's generally better options for, you know, a balanced ship, but wow, Maulers really do look cool. At some point during one of the seasons, we may just start doing, like, thematic seasons. Like, pick one type of ship. This is sort of the ship that you're going to be in. Not sure if... The Lost Insurgents, spelled with an E. Well, an E at the end. Perhaps it's some kind of, some sort of foreign language way of spelling insurgent? Not sure. Die. Not nearly enough damage. I'll stop. We're going to just stick right here and just lay into him. He's mostly dead, but not quite. The expanding sphere generator, however, ought to do it. The Chieftain, still blasting away, has managed to hit the Rustler twice and done quite a bit of damage. Oh, Los Insurgents. So yeah, it's Spanish. But he shouldn't survive this. Boom. Ripped him apart. Not quite from the inside, although it did kind of look that way from the way that the bubbles expanded. So we've got a BLR-1 and a BLR-1, so they're basically the same vessel. Let's just get up to speed, turn on course to one of them, and destroy them. Chieftain, have you finished up with the Rustler yet? We'd like you to hurry up just a little bit. There you go, catching up. We should probably go after this one, that way the Chieftain can focus on the one that's closer to him. And hopefully hit him with the Mauler beam. But yeah, Maulers are a very cool weapon. Huge, powerful, basically you built the entire ship around the weapon, which for Klingon heavy cruisers looks very, very stylishly appropriate. Because they've got that long neck out to the bridge, and it's like, yeah, that could be the gun. It's not quite, but you get the idea. So all weapons are selected. Let's get in there. Oh, we're still overloading disruptors. I forgot about that. Wow, our disruptors did 32 damage. That's pretty impressive. All phasers, please. Yes, the phasers did it. And we'll now focus on the Patter. Is that seriously its name? The Pander? Can't quite see it because of the way that the color of the targeting sensors from the Lyran vessel. A destroyer just became active. Let's see if we can't stop him from becoming much more active. No, by the time we hit him, his shields should be up. Yep, his shields are on. Let's ram into him and hit him with the full brunt of the expanding sphere generator. Did quite a bit of damage, took a lot of systems offline. And there we go. Managed to take him out. The heavy cruiser and light cruiser, I think, delayed us a little bit longer than we could have allowed. Also, you know, the Chieftain and the Pouncer took forever to get involved. But I suppose we can excuse the Pouncer. 300 prestige, very nice. And the tile. Haha, excellent. So let's pop off and then pop back. And hi, shipyard. We're looking for the biggest, baddest dreadnought that you can possibly get. It is 4,104. We do have enough for that. It is the Lion Dreadnought. Do we want it? 6 disruptor 4s, 4 expanding sphere generators. What's the biggest, nastiest thing right now? The DM... So it is the biggest, nastiest dreadnought right now. Introduced in 2268. So, introduced in 2070, so I think we gotta do it. This is the biggest, nastiest dreadnought we can buy. It is inside our price range, so I think we're going up a ship category into dreadnought territory. The Scimitar! What an excellent name for a dreadnought. Now the question is, do we sell the Blood Spiller? And I kinda want to, just so I don't have to keep like swapping back into the Scimitar, but we're not going to. We're going to keep the Blood Spiller around at least for a little while longer, till it really starts to feel more obsolete. But for now, let's pop over to here. You're decent on Marines. We'll pop only 4 shuttles. Eesh. So this is definitely an older vessel. Newer vessels tend to have much larger shuttle complements, so we'll buy a little bit in that. And let's push out into space, extending our borders a little bit more. We'll go on a patrol. And I know there's a hotkey to switch ships, but I'm not sure what it is. I should look that up. Red alert, fleet, transfer my flag to the scimitar! Oh, excellent name for a ship. Make sure that we are not buffing the shields. We are prepping a wild weasel, good, and ECM, I believe, would be the other one. And then defensive tractors, good. So if we check over the power settings, yeah, we're only spending in movement and energy and weapons, which is exactly what we want. Let's see how fast this ship can go. 10. That's not bad. It looks like the Pouncer is here with us again, and the Incomparable, a little frigate, scout raiding vessel from the Klingons, meant to sort of drift around, help us out. One of the minor houses getting involved in the whole show. And our enemies are a frigate and a freighter. Okay, Orions. It looks like when we took out that surprise reversed, that was most of their primary wall of battle. And we kind of crushed them. Let us admire our vessel just a little bit. Our vessel, please? I'd look at from you. Yes, there. That should be able to get me... There we go. We're mostly merged inside of each other. And he is kind of keeping tight formation. So the huge vessel, well, not gigantic. Actually, this is not as huge for a dreadnought as I thought it would be. It's more on a Federation style dreadnought size. Quite a nice looking ship. Zoom out a little bit. Focus on our enemies so that we don't get jumped and surprised and somehow destroyed. You know, it could happen. I mean, I suppose there's always a possibility that we get outnumbered and outgunned. I'm a little surprised and slightly disappointed that our forward shields, well, our shields on 360 are not all in the super white shields. They are just dark green triples, which means, yeah, we're kind of an early dreadnought. We got into the dreadnought game early. We got into it hard, and well, this ship will be obsolete in a few years. But with the progress we've been making as the Lyrans, we may actually be able to upgrade to another dreadnought in that time. So a speed of 10, not exactly the best. Let's select both of our expanding sphere generators and set them down to 0. We'll set those to 3. Our disruptors on to 1. And then all of our phasers on to 2. So that way we have everything properly set up for when we need to. There we go. And then we'll also add in all of these on hardpoint 4. So 1 is disruptors, 2 is phases, 3 is expanding sphere generator, and 4 is everything except the expanding sphere generator. So we should be in range to engage him. All weapons begin to fire. We managed to hit him most of the time and put a hole in his stern. That's pretty good. Looks like this F5V, yeah, she is one of those raider carriers carrying a small complement of fighters. And Ace of Spades, we are really at too far of a range to really start laying into him. But since he has no shield, we'll start blasting. Only 10 damage. All of those shots only managed to do 10 damage. More damage was dealt from the Blood Spiller's Mind Strike. It is dropping him down in speed, slowly but surely. Pouncer is maneuvering to avoid getting too much damage. We need to keep up with fire and disruptors and remember that they recharge every turn, not every other turn or every 3 turns like we're kind of used to. Prepare the expanding sphere generator for collision. Kick it on. Come on, ESGs. Oh, 3, not 2. And I want to see what the ESGs do. Boom. Oh, it was a glorious sound. It really was. Just the super... Oh, wow, this is a surprisingly heavily armed freighter. Definitely one of those larger Q-ship styles, even though it says FLPL, which I have no idea what that means. Freighter light plasma variant? Possibly. How is the Pouncer dealing with this? Not the Pouncer, but the Incomparable. Incomparable is doing just fine. Pouncer's here with us still. Has lost several more systems. Another Disruptor and another Phaser 1. So still trundling along at low speed. Poor guy. He really needs to go to dry dock. Although we did recently capture a brand new dry dock facility. So he should be able to make it home without too much trouble. Engage with Disruptors. Are we? Oh, we are just outside of Disruptor range. We have Disruptor 4s, which means they shoot out to a range of 39.9999999 ad nauseum. Wow, really? Was that the Pouncer Oh, no, that was the Blood Spiller. The Pounce is back here. The Blood Spiller managed to take him out from basically a maximum range disruptor shot. That's pretty impressive, not gonna lie. So, 130 prestige, not bad. We'll top us off in supplies once again. We'll hop back here for resupply. I don't think we need to resupply anything. We should be pretty good. Yeah, we're all fine here. And we'll just pick up 3 extra mines for you, because that was pretty effective. We're going to wrap that episode up right there. We've managed to take another base, a forward location at 7-4, and we've managed to go up to a dreadnought, the largest kind of dreadnought that we can get right now, although how long that's going to last, not sure. That dreadnought has been out for 2 years, and we are definitely in the midst of the middle era, so more ship designs could be coming out at any time now. Anyway, I've been Derek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to receive a notification every time I release one of these videos, press that little bell icon, leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next episode.